Each of the various different ships in Star Citizen offers any number of different mini-displays that help you to fly and manage your starship. The sheer number of options available can be a little daunting, and so the purpose of this video is to guide you through what each screen does and how you can use them to improve your Star Citizen experience. I'm Forrester, and my channel is all about giving you useful or interesting content around simulation type games, including Star Citizen. For this video, I've included timestamps in the video description in case you wanted to find more detail on a specific screen. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That helps you to be notified of future Star Citizen videos such as ship reviews or location spotlights, and helps me to grow the audience. Whilst different ships might offer a different number of display screens, ranging from maybe 1 or 2, to others offering a whole array, each of the screens has the same options, regardless of which ship you're flying, so this guide should be useful no matter what ship you fly. For the purposes of this video too, I'll save time by saying MFD, which stands for Multifunction Display, which is that little screen. And finally, you'll see I enter into interaction mode to gain access to the mouse to play around with the screens. I do that using the Pay Respects or F key. There are additional options for navigating the various screens that you can set custom keybinds for, but for the purposes of this guide, we'll just use the mouse. Each screen has a button on the top left called Menu, which takes you back to the selection screen. Note that getting out of your chair will reset each MFD screen to the default display. The MFD option marked as Self-Status is usually active by default. The display shows a hologram of your current ship, with camera rotation options on the bottom that let you see it from different angles. The model will highlight any damaged components or parts of your ship, usually with orange or red to indicate how serious it is. If your ship is equipped with a turret, this screen may also indicate the direction that each turret is pointing in. Finally, the self-status also gives a brief indication of your current electromagnetic or EM and infrared or IR footprint, which determine how stealthy or otherwise your ship is. In a similar vein, there is an option for target status. If you have a target selected, it will give similar information about your currently selected target, including player or AI name. It will show the same holographic view of the enemy ship, including helpful indications on shield segments or components to indicate a direct hit with weapons fire. And it will show damaged components, which is particularly helpful if engaging larger ships to know how operational it is. Finally, the little Wi-Fi looking symbol allows you to directly communicate with your target. The comms menu is largely used outside of combat and, very simply, just lists a whole host of useful contacts. Mostly this will be your friends list, but if you're in range of some sort of landing control, that will also appear on here. Sometimes you have to scroll to the bottom to find it. Next to each contact you'll find a hail button, which looks like a little Wi-Fi symbol, which initiates the conversation. With AI, once you click the button, it's automatic. But if you have Face over IP enabled, you can use this to communicate, albeit somewhat jankily, with another player. And to the right of that, there's a QT button, which somewhat unreliably creates a quantum marker to a friendly contact to allow you to meet up. Finally, there's a refresh button, which is helpful if you're just drifting into range of a landing platform but have been super organised and pulled up the menu early. On the shields display, you can see how much shield strength is apportioned to front, back, left and right shields. This can be tweaked using hotkeys, or sometimes by clicking on the shield, although this sometimes doesn't work properly. Much like the power triangle, this is relative, so beefing up the forward shields will reduce power sent to other segments. The power button completely shuts the shields off or toggles them online again, whereas the standby button will pause the charging of the shields but leave them at whatever charge they currently hold. Finally, there's an items tab, which shows you the individual shield generators equipped on your ship. The weapons display, unsurprisingly, lists the armament available on your ship. Initially, there's a list which gives an overview and allows you to power off weapons or missiles, as well as showing the weapons group assignment. This can be toggled in the Guns tab by selecting a 0 or 1. This makes each gun fired by the keybind for either Weapons Group 1 or Weapons Group 2. That's really useful if you're mixing ballistic weapons with energy weapons, for example, and want to preserve ammo. The Missiles tab shows you your equipped missiles as well as the firing priority order for them. The Power MFD shows the power triangle, which indicates how much power is apportioned to weapons, shields, and engines. Moving this slider will impact things like how quickly capacitors charge or how manoeuvrable your ship is. The slider can be moved either with a mouse clicking on the desired point of the triangle or by use of hotkeys. The power screen also gives an overview of the current heat, electromagnetic and infrared signature of your ship, which indicates how stealthy it is. The Items tab gives a full listing of all components currently plumbed into your ship. This allows you to switch individual components on and off, as well as overclocking select components in order to gain more performance, but at the expense of power, cooling, or signature. One of the easiest ways to see the impact of overclocks is by visiting aircool.games and playing around with your loadout. Finally, the Heat MFD screen is mostly useful for those pilots looking to achieve a more stealthy profile. The Summary tile provides the current heat, electromagnetic and infrared signature of your ship, as well as offering options to suppress the signature. This reduces the power or performance of various components in order to reduce the signature, so there's a trade-off involved. You can do this either by component group, being weapons, shields, power or engines, or wholesale for all components. There's also a tab to view the items list with similar options to overclock some components or switch individual components on and off, which can be helpful for a stealth build. I'd love to read in the comments if you think I missed anything, or especially if you have any top tips for getting the most out of your displays. Hopefully you found this little introduction to the MFD displays helpful. If so, please press that like button, as it helps me to know what sort of thing you're finding most useful. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and as ever, thank you for watching.